What are some of the land policy trends over the last decade that we can learn from?
Well, I think the most important one is that I have a global mandate and I'm looking at what's happening in other regions. And Africa is far ahead, maybe even decades ahead of other regions, because they don't have a political platform that is an umbrella that people can use. Secondly, they don't have a leadership and a framework like LPI around which they can put events for the continent like we are having here. And thirdly, we're moving beyond policy issues because we've got all that solved. What I'm seeing here is we're now moving to the practical solutions of how we implement policy. Many of the other regions are not at that place yet.
You mentioned that a decade ago we were stuck and didn't know what to do, and a decade later we know what to do. Can you elaborate more on this?
Yes. A decade ago we had conventional land administration approaches which were not appropriate for Africa in terms of the customary tenure, the costs, the capacity. Now we have recognized that problem and started working in the last 6 or 7 years on innovative solutions. One of those innovative solutions is, for instance, a pro-poor land information management system, which slum dwellers can use themselves with small municipalities. This is a system which is being upgraded and used now in Uganda. They're scaling now from 1 to 5 to 40 municipalities. Another tool that we need to develop in Africa is the valuation of unregistered land, because too often we see that the compensation issues are only associated with registered land. We hope to have that tool available with global work in about 2 years' time. The third thing that we need to be working on is the issue that I've just seen now discussed here, is how cities are extending into rural areas very fast and into customary areas, and there's a growth of informal settlements. We need to have the right tools to be able to manage the land and its change over time to protect both the food security and the environment, but at the same time help the city to extend. So a number of people and organizations are working on learning how this is already being done in other countries. For instance, in Huambo in Angola, they have had a success, and we are trying to learn from them and scale it to other countries.